Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We are in Kaer Morhen, where we've got everything set up for attempting to lift the curse on Uma. Now, there's been a little bit of tension, a little bit of distrust, as it were, between the Witchers of Kaer Morhen and Yennefer. In part because Yennefer didn't really want to tell the Witchers what was going on, instead of ordering them about and telling them to do things. So they had really no idea why they were doing what they were doing, but they did it to help. And it kind of led to a point where, instead of letting Yennefer do her thing, Vesemir said, you know what, I'm going to try this method because it worked for me back in the day, and I give the orders around here, so I'm not asking for permission. I'm telling you what's going to happen. So he took Uma and went to go make this attempt overnight. Meanwhile, Lambert, Geralt, and Eskel got drunk, which is why you see all of this. Geralt went to go get food, and it was Eskel's turn to go get more drink, but he went and he didn't come back. So now Lambert and Geralt are going to go looking for him while being drunk. So, let's go.
Eskel, you drunk! Get out here!
So, the current task is to find Eskel using your Witcher senses.
Spilled some wine and crawled through it.
Had to kneel down to see that.
If I'd have bent over, I'd have puked.
Lambert is wearing a hat that used to belong to Vesemir a couple centuries ago, apparently.
Chop.
Eskel, you drunk! Get out here! Eskel! Eskel!
Eskel!
It's kind of funny seeing Geralt drunk, honestly. There's the stash,
Chop, chop.
which is not in the direction of the kitchen, it's in the direction of the front door. Alright.
Eskel! Eskel!
Eskel!
Yennefer went to bed, by the way, which is why she's not with us.
Eskel, you drunk! Get out here! Hey, hear that?
Sounded like panting of a wounded wyvern.
Damn it. We missed a fight.
Examine the source of the noise. It looks like it's over there.
Eskel, chop, chop. Aha. Eskel's close.
Hang in there, brother. We're coming.
Think he hurt himself.
What's one scar, more or less, in his case? Makes no difference as I see it.
Eskel, chop, chop. Hey, look. There he is.
With his ever-faithful little bleeder. Hello, Eskel. Wake up.
What happened?
Got sloshed, stewed, and 57 other varieties of drunk. That's what happened. Get up. Time to have a drink.
Leave me alone. I'm gonna puke. Three of us get together, always ends like this.
Let's find a fourth. Better. A woman.
Nothing here but Yen. Oh, we don't want to wake her up, believe me.
What about that sorceress you talked to? Think about it. You turn on the megascope, cordially invite her, she teleports here. Maybe bring some friends. How's that sound?
You're a genius, or think you've had your last drink? I mean, I think even drunk Geralt knows that that's a bad idea.
Lambert, believe you've had your last drink.
You're just jealous you didn't think of it first, but is that any reason to spoil it for us?
I don't have the strength to argue.
Of course you don't, cream puff. Bet I could take you with one finger.
Hey, relax, Lambert.
Wanna fight? Huh? Wanna? Come on.
Good night. Damn. What a dream. See everyone's up and at 'em.
And reeking of booze. That hat was a memento, Lambert.
Relax, old man. It'll come out in the wash.
You can give the boys a rap on the knuckles later. Let's get to work.
Vesemir, you learn anything, or method didn't work, Vesemir?
Vesemir, learn anything?
While you were out hunting forktails and playing with the megascope, I examined Uma. Noticed one thing. At moments of, what's the term, relaxed consciousness, he behaves differently. While falling asleep, he'd pause, awake for an instant. Something different about his movements, his gaze then, but only for a moment. So I induced a trance, hypnotized him essentially. No effect at first, but as he dropped into deep lethargy, I heard something. A sigh or a moan. And it wasn't Uma's voice.
All right. I just don't get how that helps us.
Then keep silent. Thank you, Vesemir. And I apologize for what I said earlier. Have the boys told you what we plan to do?
Yes, don't like it one bit. But I suppose I have to trust you.
What now, or thought that table was long gone?
Thought we got rid of that table ages ago.
Must be 50 years since I last saw sad Albert.
Couldn't bear to part with it. Thought we might find a use for it one day. You know how old people are.
Sure. Every grandpa out there's got an attic full of torture devices.
Right. So what now?
We can begin. We need only brew the potions.
Wait. Why couldn't we...
Do it earlier? Because the preparatory potions for the trial are strongly reactive. They must be administered immediately after they're brewed. Satisfied? Geralt, make the potions. Here are the formulae. Eskel, take a bottle of spirit.
No. After last night,
And disinfect the tools. Well, chop chop.
You don't know who's trapped in Uma's body. How did you figure the proportions?
Performed a series of complex calculations. Extrapolated some data. Ran simulations.
Meaning you guessed.
So current objective is to gather the necessary ingredients and brew the decoction of the grasses. So... it's sending me over here. Forktail spinal fluid, manticore poison gland, albino bruxa tongue, brionia, rib leaf, mandrake root. Brew the decoctions of the grasses. I imagine we gotta go into alchemy. It's under quest again. I don't know why they couldn't. If they're going to call it the decoctions of the grasses, I don't know why they don't put it into decoctions. But I guess because I keep forgetting that there's a quests version. But whatever. So we have 1 out of 1 forktail spinal fluid, 1 out of 1 manticore poison gland, 1 out of 1 albino bruxa tongue, 4 out of 1 brionia, 26 out of 1 rib leaf, and 7 out of 1 mandrake root. Description: used to begin the process by which a normal human body is mutated into that of a witcher. bring Yennefer the potions. And quest is Vafael Elaine. Traveling via Geralt's most beloved means of transport, teleportation, Yennefer reached Kaer Morhen first and immediately started bossing everybody around. Not only did she divvy out chores to the Witchers like a schoolmarm, whipping lazy pupils into order, she also refused to reveal any details of her plans. Though Geralt was not exactly charmed by this behavior, he knew he had to help her for Ciri's sake.
Potions ready. Tools, too.
Good. Vesemir?
Hookweed extract to deaden the pain. I know. Done this before.
Eskel. Make the incisions in his veins. Insert the tubes. Geralt, place the potion vials in the feeders.
Ready.
Open the valves. It doesn't matter in which order.
Administer Mother's Tears, administer Wild Rye Juice, or administer Speargrass Sap. Well, this is really interesting because we've been building up to this moment for a really long time, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
The hookweed work?
If it hadn't, the pain would have sent him into shock, killed him.
So, everything's going smoothly.
No, but it's within known norms.
Administer the next potion.
I'd hoped I would never have to watch this again.
Why'd you keep the table then?
Geralt, next potion. Fin.
What now?
Now we wait for the potions to do their work. Might take a day, might take more.
You need only wait. True. But I must maintain the stabilizing spell. Uma's body is not nearly as resilient as a young candidate witch's. Without this, he... Eskel, I'm sorry. Would you mind?
Getting some rags? On it. I can't believe we're doing this.
Wiping vomit off the floor?
No. The trial. If that's Ciri in there, she could come out of this crippled, wrong in the head, just emotionless. Thought about that?
It was interesting how it it gave me the option to say, stop, this is a bad idea at any point. But, I mean, once we'd started, I get the feeling trying to stop would be worse. So current options is Yen knows what she's doing, or don't have a choice.
I trust Yen. She knows what she's doing.
Don't doubt that. But do we know what she's doing? She tell you how likely this is to work?
Gentlemen, the floor's as clean as it'll ever be. And I need to be wiped down as well.
Geralt, maybe you oughta...
Come now, Eskel. I shan't bite you. Just do it.
That normal?
Yes. Uma's body is disintegrating from the inside. Once that's complete, we'll need to reform it, or he'll die. You witches were given mutagens. We will use spells.
Hey, Yen, you're dozing off.
No, I'm just arresting my eyes.
Yeah, it's called sleeping.
Then do something to keep me awake. I don't know. Tell me a story.
Heard about my time ice skating with Ciri, or ever tell you about Dandelion buying me a sword?
Heard about the time Ciri and I went ice skating?
No, not that I recall.
The winter she trained here. A couple months in, she started complaining I was too harsh a teacher. Brushed it off at first, then she asked me to go skating with her. Didn't really want to. I'd never been before. But she insisted. As soon as we hit the ice, she started skating circles around me, hollering, "No, not like that. Footwork. One, then the other. Crossover. No, wrong. Break with the heel of your skate, not the toes." Needless to say, from then on...
He's awake. It's time. Time to lift the curse. Prepare the phylactery. Never severe. Kaniatag. Nevid. Severe. Kowal. Arriva. Endir. No, I won't let you. Geralt, yellow flask, in my satchel.
Quiet. Listen.
Kowal. Kaniatad.
Nevid Severe. Kowal, Kaniatad. Nevid. Arriva. Endir. Geralt, the phylactery, open it. Kaniatad. Taran Anadir. Diz.
Avallac'h?
You know him?
Yes. An elf. In hell. A sage.
Where is Ciri?
The Isle of Mists. But it's not... She's not safe. The hunt.
I wonder if this is the masked dude that was always traveling with Ciri.
The hunt. What's it want from Ciri?
Her blood. Elder blood. To open the gate. We cannot allow this.
Isle of Mists. Where is it?
Everywhere. And nowhere.
Listen, Sage. We didn't learn to play riddles with you.
Then... Arwen. Siren. In Skellige. Follow it into the mists. Hurry. Hurry. I tried to protect her. But the curse... The hunt... has not found the Isle as yet. 'Tis a matter of time.
Enough, Geralt. He's not yet free of death's grip.
Is he gonna make it?
I can't. No. You saw. Not all went as planned. I lifted the curse, but...
The trial has wrought havoc in his body. Violently twitching fingers, pupils that don't react to the light. Seen it many times before, too many.
Toxins have permanently damaged his nervous system. Even if he does pull through... Do you understand?
Yikes.
I'm going to get Ciri.
Hold up. Don't you think you owe us some answers? How do you know this avallac'h? What's Ciri been doing with him?
Yennefer can tell you. Just keep an eye on him. He's not a friend.
Perhaps not, but Ciri apparently trusted him. We should at least take his word seriously. You heard what he said. Take Ciri from that Isle of Mists, and the hunt will pick up her trail immediately. What then?
What do you suggest? We'll see, or we'll be waiting?
What's your suggestion?
Ciri can't flee forever. One day she'll stumble, and she won't get a second chance. Time we, the hunted, became the hunters. Geralt will find Ciri and bring her here, and the hunt will follow. They'll expect to catch us by surprise, and they'll be sorely disappointed.
We plan to fight them. We five? In a crumbling castle?
Do we have a choice? Besides delaying the inevitable?
Pretty boy could try to round up a few others who know how to swing a sword.
Or wield magic.
Well, I mean, I've kind of already been doing that. I've sent several people here who I haven't seen, so I imagine they will appear shortly. So I can say, I'll gather allies, or what'll you do? I imagine I'm going to be able to do both here.
Fine. I'll get Ciri and recruit some allies. Bring everyone here. Got a few favors I can call in.
Any good-looking women in that batch?
Mm-hmm. Exclusively. And you? What do you plan to do?
I've avallac'h to care for. He's certain to die without gentle, gradual magic treatment. There's hope if I help him. Not much, but better than naught.
The boys and I'll consider how we should greet our uninvited guests.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Good luck, Wolf, and give Cirilla our love.
Come back quickly, Geralt.
So, a bunch of things just kind of clicked up on the right. I just want to see what all happens, what all pops up on the left before I do anything. New quest, Brothers in Arms, Skellige. Interesting. Novigrad. Nilfgaard. Velen. Apparently I've completed Brothers in Arms Velen. So, the Isle of Mists, I'm assuming, is the next main story quest. Two objectives. First one is talk to friends who could help defeat the hunt and ask them to join your fight. And the second one is go to Skellige. So that was a really interesting group of events. First of all, let's review the quests. The Isle of Mists, we reviewed those here. But let's read the mission description. After a long search, Geralt was at last a step from his goal. Avallac'h had hidden Ciri from the hunt on the magical Isle of Mists, which could only be reached if fate deemed one worthy, or by following a magic firefly, which was decidedly the easier option. Geralt thus readied himself to sail to the isle and bring back Ciri. Also, I do want to, at this point, apologize. I hit a wrong button in the middle of the whole thing. I think Lambert was speaking at the time, so one of Lambert's lines kind of got cut out. It wasn't really essential from what I saw. So sorry for that. That's my bad. Brothers-in-Arms Novigrad. A direct fight against Eredin and the Wild Hunt had become inevitable, and Geralt knew he could never defeat them alone. He thus decided to seek out allies, and his first steps took him to Novigrad. Talked to Dijkstra, talked to Roach, talked to Zoltan. What's past is talk to Triss and help Triss finish what she has to do in Novigrad. Brothers-in-Arms Skellige. Nowhere in the world can one find warriors braver than those born in Skellige, and thus Geralt set off to those isles in his hunt for allies to stand with him against the Wild Hunt. What I've completed is help Hjalmar with his expedition to kill the Giant of Undvik, help Cerys unravel the riddle of Udalric's madness, help resolve the matter of the succession to the Skellige throne. What I have to do still is talk to Ermion, talk to Krak, and talk to Cerys. Brothers-in-Arms Nilfgaard. Geralt realized the fight against Eredin and his soldiers would most likely be the most difficult challenge he had ever faced. In addition, the stakes were higher than ever before. This time, he was not fighting for his own life, but for that of Ciri, and, by extension, the entire world. Since extraordinary circumstances call for extraordinary measures, the Witcher decided to swallow his pride and go to the Emperor of Nilfgaard for help. And let's go under completed. Brothers-in-Arms Velen is the one I want to look for. I've got so many quests. And I don't know how they're sorted. Okay, apparently I missed it. Oh, there it is. So what's I've completed is help Kira take care of her business in Velen and talk to Kira Metz. The one person in Velen who could help Geralt battle the Wild Hunt was Kira Metz. The Witcher hoped their long-standing relationship and the sorceress's concern for the fate of the world would incline her to take part in the battle. Though Kira might come off as haughty and self-obsessed to some, in her heart of hearts she was completely different. Geralt knew which chords to pluck in order to get her to agree to help. After their conversation, the sorceress promised to stand up and fight at Kaer Morhen. So, I'm curious if the people I've talked to already, like Kira, what's-his-face, the dude from the Serpent School, and Triss, are here if I wander around. First, though, I'm going to talk to the people who are here.
Yes?
Eskel. Happen on any interesting contracts lately?
Not lately. But about half a year back, I slew a manticore in Creighton, in a forest. Quick son of a bitch, that one. Jumped out of the undergrowth so fast my medallion didn't have time to give me so much as one twitch. Won't show you the scar. Too big a boy for that.
Get a nice sum at least?
Not one copper. Showed the beast's head to the elder in the nearest village. He swore on all the gods it was the first he'd heard of the monster. What about you?
Besides the griffin, same old, same old. Neckers, ghouls, drowners. Haven't seen a manticore in... must be a year now. See ya.
Excuse me while I just stand on the patient.
Yes?
And it looks like the game kind of glitched, and Yennefer never stopped casting the spell, or at least the effect never lifted.
Geralt?
We started talking about the past.
But didn't finish.
I think we've done all of this. Your time with the hunt, what do you remember? What did the Wild Hunt want from you? What happened in Nilfgaard? Why didn't you look for me? What we talked about earlier. What the heck, let's start at the top and work our way down, because I think what we talked about earlier will go back to what we've already talked to her about.
When the hunt had you, hope they didn't hurt you.
Even if they did, I've no memory of it. The whole time's but a string of phantom images. Blood and fire. A wild chase through different worlds. All shrouded in fog. Though I do remember you coming for me. Trading your life for mine. I hadn't the chance to thank you then.
You'd have done the same for me.
I'm touched by your certainty. But you've yet to tell me how you escaped them.
Wouldn't mind knowing that myself. There are times I remember rushing forward, Red Riders around me. Next thing I know, I'm in the woods at the foot of Kaer Morhen. That's it.
Yeah, so that's definitely a conversation we had earlier.
Still can't get something out of my mind.
What?
Yen wanted to talk about me and Triss. I imagine this is going to be a repeat of what happened in Kaer Trolda, but just in case it isn't.
Yen, can we talk?
Why? So you can ask me if we can remain friends despite all?
No, I mean...
Come now, Geralt. I know you. Well enough to know exactly what's going on with you and Triss. Now, I cannot say I'm not tempted to, intervene, but I believe I'll let it lie this time. How about that? You came here to fumble your way through an explanation, yet instead of enjoying the show, I went and did your job for you.
Seems so.
But now, enough of this maudlin business. We've something to do, remember?
Yeah, so it's the same as before.
Thanks, Yen. See you later.
Yeah, that effect is still attached to her hand. Alright, well, I'm going to call an end to the episode here. You know the drill, click over there. Join me next time as we do a quick audit of what's going on around Kaer Morhen and then decide what we're going to do next. See you then.